Okay, first off, can you say and spell your first and last name?
Sure. Lauren Youse, Laurenyouse.
And your position here at HLG.
I am the Alumni Director.
Okay. So, in the new 2018 year, what events can students look forward to this homecoming?
Well, with every homecoming, we are very excited to bring students a banquet on the Friday night, as well as some entertainment and crowning the new homecoming king and queen. So Friday night's always a good time. We try to make it very special. We want it to be a memory for all of our students. So in 10, 20 years, when they think back to homecoming, they want to come back and maybe rekindle some of those memories and friendships. And so it's going to be a good time.
Awesome. And then, sports events are a big part of homecoming. So, what games, what events are going to be happening?
Right. Well, this year we have a men's soccer game as well as a women's soccer game happening at 1:30 and 3:30 on October 6th out on our fields. And then this year we're also pleased to have a softball scrimmage that's going to be taking place around 2. And so you have some options this year. You can do soccer, you can do softball, you can wander back and forth and get in both. So it'll be fun.
Yeah. For the entertainment last year, we had Jaron Myers. And what was the decision of bringing him back this year? Was there any student input?
I kind of let Student Life take on entertainment because they have their pulse on what the students want. So they said that they really enjoyed him. We called him up, and he said he had new material. He promised. So he's coming back, and I think he's actually a bigger deal than he was last year. He has more social media videos, and he's become a little more famous, and I think he's got a girlfriend, so I'm sure there'll be some fun stories about that. So it'll be good.
So along with the Student Life, you said the Student Life had a position in that part. Do they have any say in any of the other things that are happening?
Yeah. Josh Pierce, Shelby Eckelmeyer, Christina Ruiz, and I get together and we discuss how the court's going to work out, and we talk about themes. And this year we went with the Trojan theme again, just very school spirit, red and blue everywhere. And then we work out entertainment and kind of menu options. Josh really worked to get some good menu choices for you guys this year. And we have a good time doing it. And luckily Saturday's kind of a nice laid back, just enjoy the athletes kind of day and wear sweatshirts and jeans, hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. And it's just a good time. It's good collaboration.
That's awesome. What roles are played, or do you specifically play for the homecoming weekend? Like, what kind of planning takes place? Not even just you, just planning as a whole.
There's a lot going on. It's a coordination between my office, as well as Student Life, as well as athletics, sound. I have a big old work order for our sound team. Maintenance. They're busy from about the Wednesday before till the Monday after, setting up tents, tables, chairs, ceiling treatments. So it's a lot of coordination. And then I try to keep our campus informed. I want faculty, staff to come. We make posters and put them all over the place for students so they know what's going on. So it's a big deal.
Around what time does planning start for this event?
We have a wrap-up meeting as soon as homecoming's over, and that's pretty much when it starts. It just almost doesn't stop.
That's awesome. Okay, well, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm good.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
I'm going to ask you to say and spell your first and last name, please.
Lauren Youse, Laurenyouse.
And then your position here at HLG.
The Alumni Director.
Perfect. So how can students get involved and connected with the alumni, specifically on campus during homecoming weekend?
Well, students, if you come to the banquet on Friday night, you will actually get to eat with and see our Alumni Award winners. And they'll be presented their awards at the entertainment that evening. And usually they have a few words for our students, which is one of my favorite parts about homecoming, because they're excited and they want to relay a little bit of wisdom or a little nugget of knowledge, and it's just a special time.
For sure. And so as Director of Alumni, how do you try and incorporate our alumni into our homecoming weekend, make them feel welcomed on campus, involved, stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, it is kind of a weekend for twofold, to students as well as our alumni. So they are invited to all of our events. Nothing is just for students. So they come to our entertainment on Friday night. And then for our older alumni, we have a very special event on Saturday called the 50-Year Club. And that's for graduates from 50 years ago. So this class year will be 1968 and older. And they come back and they have a special club just for them. We give them a 50-year club medallion that they can wear around their necks on campus anytime they're on campus. Designates that they are VIPs. And we just like to get them all together, and they have a really good time. We give them a campus tour. They like to go back and see their old dorm rooms, and some things have changed a lot and some things haven't that much, which is fun too, and hear their memories. But it's just a good time, and kind of just a blending of our students with our alumni, and we have a lot of parents that come that weekend, so it's a good time.
Perfect. And so, will there be any changes that students can look forward to as far as the banquet goes, maybe with food, entertainment, etc.?
Yeah, our entertainer is actually the same this year, but he did promise new material, so I'm pretty excited about that. He was pretty funny last year, Jaron Myers. And food-wise, I haven't seen the exact menu yet, but I've heard that the students want just a big piece of good meat. So I believe that is in the works.
Perfect. And so, what is your favorite homecoming memory of yours as an HLG alumni?
That's so hard. You know, when I was here, the homecoming was kind of more of a gala, and we went off-site, and everyone wore like their prom dresses and stuff from high school, and the guys dressed up in suits, and we had a lot of student entertainment, which was pretty fun. And so I would have to say, yeah, I think my senior year, I can remember dressing up, and we went to Quincy, and they had carriage rides, I think, and we had a great meal, and it was a good time. It was a good memory.
So is it a fun transition, like being an alumni yourself and then being like going to these events, but now being in charge of them? Is it a different
It is. It really makes me appreciate all the effort that was put into my homecoming, because it was a big and a great event, and it makes me realize how important it is to have these monumental events on campus, because those are the memory makers.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I will say that at noon on Saturday, Twain's Tales? Is that the theater? Department's going to put on Twain's Tales on Saturday on the patio. So it's going to be an outside performance at noon. So you could grab stuff from the tailgating tent and then go to the patio and watch some good theater. So that could be fun. And that didn't make it onto the schedule. So we'll have some posters just about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to have you say and spell your first and last name.
Lauren Yaus, Laurenyouse,
Okay, and your position here at HLG.
the alumni director.
All right. So how can one get tickets for the booster banquet this year?
It's pretty easy to get Booster Banquet tickets. You just need to go to our website, which is www.hlg.edu/boosterbanquet, and you can purchase them there. If you'd prefer to call our office, you are more than welcome to call us at 573-629-3124.
Why should people attend the booster banquet, and what makes it so special to Hannibal-LaGrange University?
Well, Booster Banquet is one of our longest running traditions. This is our 77th year, and it just means a lot to people. They make an annual to-do of it, and they come back every year despite who we have. It's just kind of a time for them to get together with loved ones, friends, enjoy the atmosphere, see the school again, and it's just a good time.
How would you say the booster banquet is different from this year to perhaps when you were here at HLG?
You know, the biggest change every year is the speaker, and that really drives how the event goes. So last year we had a coach, Steve Spurrier, so we tried to get a little more macho food and not as soft, like the color scheme was a little more masculine. This year we have Luke Zamperini, who is the son of Louis Zamperini, the Olympic runner, as well as World War II POW. And I am so excited about Luke. He's going to just be amazing. I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm broken in my car, and the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, I cannot wait for November 9th to get here, because it's going to be great.
Describe the process you go through in order to choose a speaker each year.
Yeah.
Is there any criteria to be met for that?
It's very important to me personally that whoever we have has a genuine, deep relationship with Christ. And that's probably my number one thing. Number two is how easy is it for me to advertise them? Mm-hmm. And if I have to spend a boatload of money to advertise them because they're awesome, but nobody knows that they're awesome, then that's not really a win-win for me. If I can kind of start out with something that people are familiar with, like this year, talk about Unbroken, talk about the new movie that just came out, that's already some built-in marketing that I can play off of. So that's kind of my win-win scenario.
So what causes people to keep coming back for more for the Booster Banquet? What causes people to come back every year?
I think partially it's tradition. I think partially it's love of the school. You know, this is a fundraiser, so they feel like they're kind of giving back a little bit when they come. And I think the other part is it's entertaining and fun, and people enjoy that. It's not often in Hannibal, Missouri, that you can pay $50 to $60 for a ticket and see someone that's nationwide famous or even world famous, have a good meal. So it's a fun, special event.
You talked about advertising before. What does the advertising process look like for the Booster Banquet?
We have a media sponsor this year. WGEM is helping us out with that, so they made us a commercial, and it'll be playing on their television station as well as radio. They're even going to have a pre-recorded radio interview with Luke coming up here in the next week or so. And so we're really excited to partner with them. We also take that same TV commercial and put it on cable networks. We do posters, we do flyers, social media, just anything to get the word out, really.
Mm-hmm. What can we expect from food and entertainment at the banquet?
Entertainment-wise, I believe Praise Song is going to be there. And they're always so much fun. The band also plays before the banquet, so that's always really exciting. Like, I'll be helping somebody find a seat and perk up when I hear Pirates of the Caribbean or something. So it's great. And I think we're also going to have some student testimonies, which I find very entertaining. I love hearing from our students. And then Luke himself is going to get up and give a keynote, and I really cannot wait. The food-wise, we're actually doing our tasting today. So I don't have the menu set, but Fresh Ideas always does a lovely job, and we always have delicious food.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think I'm good. Go see the movie.
Thank you very much.
And can you say and spell your first and last name?
Lauren Youse, LAURENYOUSE.
And what is your position at HLG?
I'm the alumni director.
Do you feel that Luke is a good choice as keynote speaker, and why?
I am so excited about Luke Zamperini coming to our booster banquet this year. Luke is the son of Louis Zamperini, and Louis went to the 1936 Berlin Olympics and participated in the 3-mile race and came from behind, and he got 5th, but he ran his last lap in under a minute, which after almost 3 miles to run the last lap, and it was a very heroic thing. He met Hitler, and Hitler was impressed by him, so there's that. But then he actually enlisted and went to the Pacific side during World War II, and his plane went down. He was a bombardier, and his plane went down, and he was actually in a raft with 2 of his crewmen for 47 days. A tiny raft. It was like 2 feet wide by 6 feet long, attacked by sharks pretty much the whole time. No food, no water. And then they think they're being rescued, and they're being rescued by the Japanese. And then he spends over 2 years in a Japanese camp. So he has an amazing story, and it doesn't even stop there. The story, when he gets back home, he's pretty much a mess. Like he's depressed. He has nightmares and probably night terrors, worse than nightmares, and just is in a really bad place. And his wife encourages him to go to this Billy Graham crusade with her, and he really fights it. And when he finally goes, I don't think it's the first night he goes, I'm not there yet in the book. But I think, through the process of going, he surrenders his life to Christ. And after he does that, he says this weight just falls off of him and that he never has another night terror again. Like God just totally changed his life. And that was one of the things he prayed in the raft was, God, if you will save me, I will commit my life to you. And he did. After that, he just totally was sold out for the mission of Christ. And so Luke, while not getting to experience all that firsthand, traveled around with his dad for over 50 years and heard all these stories. Like, he says they were his bedtime stories. I'm really hoping it wasn't like the shark stories. And I'm hoping it's some other funny stories. Louis was quite a prankster, so those could be good bedtime stories. But I think Luke is just going to bring a perspective to these stories and to this amazing life that I just can't wait to hear firsthand. That was a really long answer, but I'm really excited.
I appreciate it. What do you believe the audience will take away from his speech?
I think they're going to be inspired. Just that he didn't lose hope. He was an eternal optimist. But I really hope that they're also touched spiritually. I hope that, the Holy Spirit is working in that room, because I know we have unbelievers that come to our banquet. And I just really hope that they hear the story of salvation, and that, that would be my prayer, that would be something they come away with. And then a love for the school would be wonderful too, and our students and our mission.
Going with that, is there anything students can be praying for concerning the banquet?
Yeah, they can pray that we continue to selling tickets. We're doing really well so far, and usually September is not even a big month for us. It usually picks up in October. We haven't even started advertising yet, and we've already sold almost 200 tickets. So we're pretty excited about that. But yeah, they can continue praying for that. Pray for Luke that he gets here and God would give him what to say, and that it would just be a great evening.
What are you most excited for concerning the banquet?
Oh, you know what? As soon as the speaker starts talking, I just kind of breathe, because I'm like, okay, I've done everything I can possibly do. It's now in their hands, and then I just get to sit back and relax, and that's definitely my favorite part.
Nice. How do you think Luke will differ from speakers in the past?
Since I've been here, this is my 8th booster banquet. This is the first time we've had someone like World War II coming, and I am fascinated by World War II, as I think a lot of people are. And so I'm pretty excited to have that aspect represented at our banquet.
And why do you feel this traditional banquet is so important to campus?
It's just a fun time for the community. The entire community comes, as well as people from around our community. People drive an hour, 2 hours. We have some people coming from Kansas City who are coming. And it's just a really great time for everyone to get together and fellowship and to hear a really great speaker.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
Thank you.